like when I went to Colombia, I studied under Mario Castillo because at the time, I found myself doing work that was similar to his, and so I decided to study under him. My last year at Columbia, I didn't graduate, but I think it was like and I went to talk to Mario and I asked him, what do you think? I said, I don't think I'm going to that, And he asked me, what do you want to do with your degree, or what do you want to do? Do you want to teach? And he said, you know what, you're ready to go. He said, you're ready to go, go. Here I am in history. And I thought to myself, well, it's my turn to be a part of this, And at the time I came in, I was doing really abstract work, which I don't think a lot of artists were into. It was like very. So I think I would like to say that's my contribution to this community. The sights, sounds, smell of the community. It's incredible.
Well, I started off doing mostly drawing and painting. I think a lot of people kind of start off like that. But again, just through those influences, I've been able to, really work with a concept first, and starting with the concept, find the materials that best communicate that concept. Growing up in a little village too, it's almost like a little Mexico, as well as Pilsen. So, kind of, I think being surrounded by those kinds of things have influenced my artwork today. Just using these cultural icons and these traditions and sort of readapting them to fit what I'm trying to communicate. So, all of that has really inspired my work and who I am. I think here you just have more access to the artist, to one-on-one conversations with artists, or to studio visits. Whereas in New York, it's a little harder to experience that with an artist who may be very well respected. In here, there's a lot of artists that are very well respected artists who've been around for a while and who've established, a reputation, a good reputation, and it's so far for me and a lot of other young people. I think it's been pretty easy to get in touch with them and to have conversations about art or about life or about community with them.
We started doing drawings. Even when I was in Mexico, she sent me some drawings, just a little bit like a sketch, and then I work a little bit more, and then I send the drawing, and Monserrat continue making the rest, and that was a kind of correspondence, like you are, instead of writing a letter, we make a little bit about the drawing, and when I came here, we finished the drawing some years after.
Where we have grown together more is in the traditional aspect of our lives, the spiritual aspect. That's where we've been kind of more of a kind of growing and doing the cultural community work that in this area. That's why we moved from Evanston to Pilsen, which is a big change, and we've got this incredible space where we can do a whole bunch of different things. From, like you see in the back, it's a traditional altar in the Aztec conchero tradition, to having these things on the walls of the Aztecs traditional attire, to having the live drawing classes or sessions with a model, to open it up to the artists in the community, to having shows of punk rock for the younger generations, to have a space to share their music.
But I learned the ropes. I learned what it took to become a muralist. And I was very fortunate that from day one, I had the support of the principal, the support of the Mexican Fine Arts Center Museum to paint, to work with mosaics, Venetian glass, and which is very expensive. And Cynthia Weiss came over and she taught me and my students. She was paid through the Mexican Fine Arts Center Museum for giving us that brief introduction, and we took flight with that. And I only wanted to do the front facade of Orozco, which led to more things. It's like led to the mosaic, the entrance to the train station. It led to painting the whole train station. And then years later, in '98, it led to the design of the new Orozco, which then, after that, it led to the big job in Texas that I just finished. I think that the artwork has brought a lot of life to the community. It has a social and economic impact in the community. I'm very happy that the people here in Pilsen have embraced me. I feel like Muhammad Ali when he won the world championship title off of Sonny Liston, and he's in the middle of the ring, and he's got the belt up in his hands, and he's doing the Ali shuffle. Yeah. I've been training hard. I know who I fight against, and I'm gonna whoop him. See, I fought them all. I fought the Fraziers, the Listons, the Folemans, and now people say, how would have Mike Tyson would have fought me when I was Cassius Marcellus Clay of the '60s? It would have been no contest, because I would have been on my toes and bobbing, weaving, slipping, sliding, throwing the left jab, the right cross, doing the rope-a-dope, looking so pretty, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I would have taken that chump by the count of 3.
I chose to live in Pilsen because this is where I made my first friends when I
Do you find that your art
has changed.
over the years, or are you basically doing the same things but using different techniques or
Yeah, because in
improving
Panama I
art?
started out as a landscape painter and a portrait painter. Well, in Chicago it evolved into these sort of Disney-esque installations where people go inside of and be isolated within a certain experience. I pick issues of like injustice and inequity, social inequity, economic inequity, like when certain things happen in the world and people don't say anything, when we have all the answers to make a better world and nobody does anything about it.
Would you consider yourself a political artist?
No, just a responsible citizen.